Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. We are going to work on making a peanut sauce and then the peanut tofu to go with it. I have my cat just likes to get all over the place. But we have the tofu. I don't have a tofu presser, so we just have it in a towel right now, and it says to do it for like 30 minutes. I don't know if we're really gonna do that, but we're gonna try to aim for that. And so I just got this brand new big thing of peanut butter, and we're gonna do half a cup of this. I'm working on making the sauce first before I do the tofu. Can I help you? Clearly, the cat is involved and wants some peanuts. But obviously, she's not going to get any. It's only 11:35, so it's not quite time yet for her lunch. But I don't know. She had an eventful night. So, oh well. It's how it goes sometimes. Where they just want to be a mess. Isn't that right? Alright. And now I'm just doing coconut aminos. But you can also do... It also says soy sauce. You can do tamari for gluten-free, but I've been buying the coconut aminos in place of soy sauce because I like that it is also another option for gluten-free, because sometimes I will have my friend who has celiac over and she actually it makes it so I can make more things for her. So 2 tablespoons of the soy sauce. And then 2 tablespoons of the maple syrup. Now, so I do not have lime juice. So we're going to try lemon and see how that is, because, that's close enough, right? I'm actually going to do this before I do the maple syrup, because the maple syrup, is going to be a little bit on the more liquidy side. All right. And then the maple syrup is the last thing. And then everything else is not tablespoons. So now we have half a teaspoon of ground ginger. Man, we have none left. And then 1/4 of a garlic powder, which is kind of shocking because I'm personally a huge garlic fan. So I feel like I would want to use all of it, or at least a pretty good amount. I also need to use a little bit of olive oil because I do not have sesame oil. My sesame oil actually went bad. It expired, and so I had to throw it away. And so we are just going to do olive oil. You only have to do a half teaspoon anyways. I have actually this was on sale, and I've been trying this out. I really like it. It is more expensive, but I like it. And one YouTuber that I follow, that was how I found out about the brand. And ever since I was like, oh, I really want to try that. I really want to see how it is. And So I really like it, but at the same time, it's probably one of those things I would only buy or ask for as a treat just for the sake of it definitely more expensive than just buying like the brand name, like buying like the store-bought name of buying like the Food Lion, Walmart, Wegmans, Sprouts brand of olive oil. So now we are just going to add in the water and then mix it. We're going to do 1/4 to a 1/3 cup. I'm going to just go ahead and do a 1/3 cup, and then we're going to mix it. We probably did not need to do as much water, but I will say, like, when I cook it, it'll probably, like, end up, some of the water will probably end up coming out. You can already see that it's definitely, like, mixed in really well. I actually am meeting a student later, but I'm not meeting her until 2:30, so I was like, this is perfect. I can get this done. I did finish the Kristen Hanna book, which I talked about in my last video. I was so happy that I finished it. I gave it 4.5 stars because I do think it was a really good book, and I love that she did really well with the history, and she did, like, overall, I think it was a very good book, and I would definitely, like, I have another book by her called Summer Island, but I don't want to read it until, like, sometime in the summer, maybe. So I do think it was, like, a good read. I just, like, I think for me, it's, like, one of those books where, like, that particular book, I don't know if all of her books are like this, but I know for me, I have to be in the mood for it to be that, like, in-depth with the historical aspect and the emotions and everything, because I feel like, especially, like, now that it's getting to that spring vibe and everything, I'm starting to want to read, like, the romance, the crime, like, stuff that, like, I don't feel like requires me to get as, I still can pay attention, but I also am like, I don't have to. And I feel like a lot of people are getting this. I feel like on YouTube, I've seen a lot of hate on this YouTuber because she became an author. She came out with her first book, and I actually ordered the book, and it's supposed to come today, and today being March 4th. And so I'm so excited. Like, I've been waiting for this book for months because I pre-ordered it because I love her channel. I think it's literally, like, she's my favorite YouTuber when it comes to, like, the booktube, I think. But a lot of people are giving her, like, hate for some reason. That's how it seemed. And I don't get it. Like, I really don't. And anyways, that's my next book. It's Just Friends by Haley Pham. And Haley Pham also has a YouTube channel. So if you do want to go check her channel out, I will leave it in the comments. But I highly recommend reading her book. I am looking forward to reading it, and I will let you guys know what I think. I personally am super excited to read it. But here is the sauce. Honestly, of course, it looks a little bit like, saucy, but that's how we want it to look. So now we have the peanut tofu. I actually am going to have some of my soup I made, or chowder, for dinner, for lunch. And then, cause I do feel like I need something like with more like deepness or to it. I don't know if that made any sense, but all right. So in a large bowl, we're gonna mix the oil and soy sauce, and then add in the tofu. And I also need to cut the tofu into inches. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to eat like this coming week. One idea I have is to do, what do you call it? Will you please go down? This cat man. One idea I have is for lunch to do a wrap with like hummus and then like some carrots and the idea of like cucumbers, like because like that freshness of them with spring and everything, and then some sort of protein inside. But I think that sounds good, as well as just maybe like some fruit on the side. And then I'm still kind of figuring out what else I want to make next week. I really don't know yet. I know with this recipe, I am planning on, I have jasmine rice, so I want to have that with it as well. And then also probably do something else. All right, so this recipe is also from, since I did not mention it, it is from Sweet Simple Vegan. I added the coconut aminos or soy sauce to and some oil to the large bowl, and then it says to just go ahead and add the just go ahead and you add the tofu, and then you just mix it, and then you add in the cornstarch, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and black pepper. All right, we have mixed everything together, and now we are just going to put a little bit of oil on the skillet and then put the tofu in and cook for 10 to 15 minutes until golden and crispy on all sides. It's finally getting a little bit golden, but I think I might turn it off just because of the propane seems to just not work. And the same, I honestly, you know what, like with the peanut sauce and the rice, like, are you really gonna notice that much of a difference anyway? In the past, I've really preferred making tofu in the oven anyway, so I don't know. I have finished the tofu. It definitely did not turn out like I was hoping, but you know what? I think that after I cook the vegetables, because I am going to cook them, what I'm gonna do, I think, is boil them and then also put them in the oven just enough to like make them more like, you know, kind of like crispy in the sense, or like, you know, make it more like a stir fry. But even still, if it's not, it's fine. And then I also put the peanut sauce away in a mason jar, and I am eating some lunch now. I gotta wash some dishes, and you can hear like the fan going in the background probably because I was cooking like multiple different things on the stove, and it was just a lot going on. But I'm excited. I'm sure you guys wondered how this turned out. I immersion blendered it even more last night. Of course, this is my second day eating it, but I actually so I like it, but part of me thinks I would prefer it crunchy. I do think that personally, like next time I would want to get the sweet potato just for the sake of the butternut squash was just a lot for me, because as you can see, I actually ended up cutting myself, and so that is where I'm like, I think I would like to go ahead and maybe, like, I love butternut squash and acorn squash and all of those, but I just hate that they're so, like, why do they have to be so hard to peel? And either that or next time I will just, since I wanted to immersion blender it anyway, I'll just cook it first, like cut it in half. And I've done this with butternut squash soups before, where I just cut it in half and then put it in the oven for however long and let it soften up first and then cut it or peel it, because it just, oh my goodness. Like, I'm just finally not able to wear a Band-Aid. It's like insane. So I've got lots of cleaning up to do, and I'm trying to think about like next week, but I also knew I was not going to want to eat this every day this week, and plus just having a lot of things in the oven, like in my fridge, that I feel like I really love this one YouTuber who does pan pantry or something like that. I don't remember the exact name she called it, but it's kind of like that. It goes off of that aspect of trying to use up things you have in your pantry, and I've definitely been needing to do that, where I just figure out if something's expired or not, go through okay, I don't even like this, try to do things up. I also just I like doing stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to plan on doing that as well. So I don't know. I think we're going to probably wash dishes after eating this and finish watching my video and just do whatever cleaning we need to do. And I will see you guys in a little bit. Bye. I am also cooking some frozen vegetables, and it says 10 to 11 minutes or until it's satisfied. I also added some corn in there. The corn did not actually come from the bag that, the stir fry bag. I went ahead and threw that in, but honestly, I just wanted to go ahead and, because the recipe did not call for vegetables, and so I wanted to add vegetables in so that it was more like a Chinese dish. You could just boil steam them, but ew, I'm gonna skillet them. And I mean, you know what, some people like steamed vegetables, that's just not me, but I also grew up on steamed vegetables, and now I just can't even stand the smell. And I'm also boiling some water for some jasmine rice, so that then everything will be ready to put together tonight. I even have some green onions that I'm gonna cut up later tonight and put a little bit of them on top, as well as go ahead and put some peanuts on top, because that just sounded really satisfying. So I am very excited for this, and just excited to try this. Personally, Chinese dishes and Asian dishes just are always fun to try. Even Indian dishes, I will say, sometimes I love it and sometimes I don't, but we will see. Everything is cooked and ready for tonight.
I still, of course, will need to cut up like green onions and like sprinkle peanuts on top. And of course, like mix the peanut sauce with the tofu, but I wanted to go ahead and like just cook everything so that then I would not have to worry about that tonight. I ate some of the soup as you saw. I like it. I definitely think that it's more of a like winter meal, and I think I'm like, you know, at least here where I am, it's finally hitting like the 70s and 80s because clearly, like, we're getting to spring and I'm so excited about it. But I think that ice that we got here was like really what did it for me. But got my package and I wanted to open it with you guys. Maybe I should have brought some scissors. Oh, nope, I found a spot. Okay, there we go. All the dishes are washed up too, which I am proud of myself for doing that. When I go out with my student, I was thinking we might stop in this one store because I really want to go into this one store just to look around. This is my next book that I'm gonna read. It's called Just Friends, and like I was saying, it's Haley Pham. This is her first book. She has a YouTube channel, and that is how I even knew about her and knew about her book. I am honestly so excited to read it though. I am very, very excited. I actually pre-ordered the book because she's one of my favorite, like, she's one of those YouTubers that, like, if I could meet her in real life, I would love to, but just because I feel like she would be so fun to meet. But I am going to kind of take a little time to chill out before I wait for was looking at the cat playing with the ball. I am going to take a little time to just chill out before it's time to walk and go meet my student, and then that is pretty much everything for today. I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!